Cheryl's condition. So Cheryl, tell me, what condition have you been challenged with during this last 4 years or so?
Yes, well, I have a chronic lung condition,
Yeah.
no known cause, and at this point in time there is no cure.
Right.
Hopefully down the track there will be a cure found. And yes, and I've been challenged in the way of I was losing energy, I had a constant cough, quite breathless. Yes, so...
And so that was 4 years ago now,
4
wasn't
years
it?
I was diagnosed. When I was diagnosed, I was told my lungs were extensively scarred, and that was the reason for my breathlessness. And when, of course, when you have scarring in the lung, scar tissue is quite a tough type of a tissue, so therefore your lungs lose elasticity. You lose your ability to transfer oxygen across the alveoli into the bloodstream.
Yes.
And also to then introduce carbon dioxide for you to expire through your lungs as a result of, metabolism and whatnot in your body.
So how tired were you at like when you got that diagnosis, and you've been dealing with that the last couple of years really? So just tell us about the levels of fatigue, perhaps.
Yes, well, I did have fatigue. I've always been a highly energetic person, and I was beginning to find that I couldn't do things with duration more than anything. I would have to sit down and basically get my breath.
Yes.
So that was the one thing that I did notice, and also, as I say, the breathlessness.
And then that coughing.
Yes, I would cough. I would cough every morning, and I just lived on antihistamines, thinking that I had an allergy. But obviously it wasn't that.
Obviously it wasn't. So tell me, now how long have you been taking the redox products?
Been taking redox nearly just about a week off, 4 months.
4 months.
And I have noticed, the first couple of weeks I didn't notice a great change, but certainly in the last month I've noticed a change. I have increased my dosage to 240 ml a day.
Yes.
And I've certainly noticed that I seem to have a longer staying power.
Oh, great.
Yes, I don't find that I'm fatigued, and I'm sleeping very well.
Yes.
And I feel like when I wake up in the morning, as soon as I get out of bed, I have a glass of water, and it's almost like I'm no longer dehydrated, and I'm energised for the day.
Fantastic. So now tell me about the cough. Since you've been taking the redox products, what have you noticed about your cough?
Well, with the cough, I find that I'm able to express phlegm out of my lungs, get that phlegm up, and it doesn't take very long.
So it's looser.
It's
perhaps.
much looser, much more easy to get up.
Yes.
And I don't feel that I'm being exhausted by trying to get it up, which coughing can do. It can make you feel quite exhausted.
Yes.
Once I get that phlegm up of a morning, I'm fine for the day.
Okay.
Yes.
So you feel like in a way your energy has been superpowered or obviously more improved from where you were.
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah, definitely my energy. I'm not ready to jump buildings with a single bound or anything like that, but I'm 71 years of age, but I feel like I can really do a good day's work in whatever I choose to do.
Wonderful. And then just tell me, I know you're using the gel, the redox gel as well. So how are you using that?
I'm using that on my lung points, which are the apex of the lung is up here near the top rib. And I'm also using it on my face, on my carotids, on my neck, and I also do it on the lung points, the top of my lungs
up here.
Yes. I put it on, and twice a day I'm using it, and I'm finding that I just think it's it's contributing to my general feeling of well-being.
And then what have you noticed with your actual like it's been measured, hasn't it?
Yes, my oxygen saturation was sitting at around about 95 or 96. It's now gone up to 98.
And it's stabilised there, hasn't it?
Yes. If I have quite a workout as far as cleaning the house and rushing around or out in the garden or whatever, sometimes it will drop. Or if I go for a walk where I really exert myself, it will drop to around about 93 or 94, but within 10 minutes it's back up to 97, 98 once I sit down.
That's amazing,
so
isn't it?
my recovery has been excellent.
Fantastic. And then you feel like you've got the capacity to do more than what you did 4 months ago.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Yes.
And what have you noticed about your skin as well? Because I know you've been using it on your face.
Yeah, very soft. My skin is a lot softer. I feel like my skin has got a better integrity to it as well. Yes. I mean, I have very fair skin, so I'm prone to skin lesions and whatnot. I've been rubbing it on the backs of my hands.
Yes.
And I'm finding skin lesions are starting to soften also, and a couple of them have actually just about disappeared. I can see new skin over the top of them where they were.
That's wonderful, isn't it? So what would you say then about just you've been using the two products in combination, the inside out and the outside in? And what would you just say, if anybody was thinking about getting started for their conditions, like you've got one chronic health condition and then you're using it as well, you're getting the benefits skin-wise as well. What would you advise anyone?
Well, I would just say give it a go. I mean, don't expect it to work in a week. You've got to give this product time, because every health issue that we have in our body takes time to basically turn around. But the science behind it, I understand the science behind it, the cellular science behind it. And yes, it certainly, I think, has got a lot to help anybody's general health.
Well, thanks so much, Cheryl, for the interview today. It's just wonderful to chat with you, and I know you've had some great results, so fantastic.
Yes,
thank you so much.
And thank you, ASEA.
Yeah.